morning, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another episode of the Younib Breakfast Show with me, Peninah Wachera. I hope you guys have woken up well and are excited to face your day. Yeah? I hope you also said your morning affirmations. And today, I hope you're telling yourselves good things, things that will motivate you to make you a better person. As it is the norm here at the Younib Breakfast Show, let's go straight to the morning bite of the day. Today we're going to be speaking about an interesting conversation, mostly about talent. You know, most people nowadays are actually working, or what they are doing for work is more about their hobbies and their talents. And that's the conversation we're having, talents and mental health. And of course, once you hear mental health, you know that this show is proudly brought to you by Missio, Ashen, and Younib organization. And we're trying to reach out to the community to ensure that all of you guys get informed in matters mental health. Yeah. So if you have any psychological issue, you can always call the number 0700 352 250, and our very own psychologist will be able to help you out. Yeah. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the guest of the day. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are you guys feeling this morning?
Well, personally, I'm doing well. Don't know about my colleagues.
I'm also doing well.
You're
Thank you.
doing
Yes.
Well, I would say a bit well. Yeah.
So karibuni sana kwa Younib Breakfast Show. As usual, feel at home. Yeah. And because of the new viewers, or maybe a viewer who doesn't know who you guys are, I'd like us to introduce ourselves. Mostly Njagi, as my guest. Okay, so we start from my father's left.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Valentine Ndiwa. I am a psychologist working with the Younib organization. Very happy and grateful to be with you guys to talk about the talent. Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Right. Good morning, viewers. My name is Beulah Njagi. I am a mental health facilitator from Psychosocial Support Center, which stands for, PSC in short, where we just strive to create an open space for you to come and be yourself and express yourself and find yourself. And I'm so excited to be doing this with Younib organization, where we get to talk about various things. And yeah, can't wait to dive into the conversation today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mutembei Muthami. I'm a psychologist from Psychosocial Support Center, and I'm really excited to be at the studios today to talk about our mental health and its relation with talent and talent management.
Karibu sana. All of you have said you're very, very excited to actually speak on the conversation of today, which is talent and mental health. And I'm very curious to know, guys, we cannot bring you in the studio and maybe you fail to tell us what your talent is all about, and also how you got to nurture it, so that we can be able to also, as we are informing people on mental health and our talents, we can speak from a place where we know we have gone through. Sawa. So I'd like you guys to tell us more about what is your talent and how you got to nurture your talent. Tuanze kwako.
Okay. Mine is a bit unconventional, because growing up we used to hear our friends in school saying my talent yangu ni kuchora, and you can see it, yangu ni kuimba, or whatever it is. And it took me quite some time, because now I was not good at singing, I was not good at running, I was not good at sports, I was not good at anything. But then later on in life, turns out that kumbe I'm actually good at photography. Now the thing, I did not have the time to nurture the talent when I was in school, since we didn't have cameras, we didn't have smartphones as we do now. But over time, I just used to be very interested in the arts. So I'd find myself looking at magazines, I'm looking at newspapers and all that. And as that continued, my interest intensified in the photography and the arts. And then once I got my first my first camera or my first phone, I would just randomly take photos of everything and around. And I was lucky enough that my friends and my family that actually accommodated that. So every single time there used to be a family gathering, they always used to be like, ambia Mutembei apige picha. So with time, I got to nurture that talent. Now I even became good at it.
Okay, interesting. To all the photographers, hello. Yes, Beulah.
Oh, wow. For some reason, that's a tough question. But I think I'll share swimming. I would not say I've nurtured it, but I had the great opportunity where it was part of the things we would do back, like from as early as primary school. And it's something that I noticed, like now when I think about it, I don't struggle. I think there's a time I went for swimming and there were guys learning and they were really struggling mpaka karibu step in wasaidie alafu najikumbusha we si instructor. So I think just when I think about that, I'm like, oh, okay, in as much as it's a skill, in as much as I do it as a hobby, I notice that I do it with more ease than, other people. And so maybe I should think about it in the Olympics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, Valentine.
Okay, like Beulah said, I would say I have not nurtured it, but I believe if I'm given an opportunity, I'll have the confidence and the ease to showcase my talent. And for me, I would say my talent mostly is in the poetry sector and not the English. I'm not very good with English. Maybe speaking, but not poetry part. But in Swahili, it's called shahiri. So shairi and me, the words they just flow. I learn very, very easy the stanzas. And I remember back then, I started it as early as class 3, doing the shairi. So we would go to, they were called zonals, and then I don't know, district or whatever. Then from there, we would go up to nationals. We've gone to nationals right from primary up to high school. So it's something that I found very easy to do. And I remember sometime even in the Younib organization had an event at Buruburu, and I just said, I love doing shairis. So somebody composed the shairi, I did it very fast, and I was able to do it. So for me, I feel like it's that. Then the other thing I would say that I don't struggle with is teaching, like educating people. It just comes naturally. So for me, I feel like that's a talent. So what if I put some practice in it? I'll be really good at it. Yeah.
Wow, guys, all of you are talented, and I know even viewers specifically, you understand that having a talent comes from what you just like doing, yeah, and that's how you get to understand this is what I want, like this is what I really enjoy doing, yeah. You can be a swimmer, you can be a photographer, you can be so you can be kariri of shairi. Yeah, so it's you can always be whatever you want when depending on what you're talented in. Mutembei said you can be talented in running, you can be talented in doing whatever, everything that you feel like you're talented. And I'd like you guys as our viewers, tell us also through our social media platforms, what is your talent and how did you get to know your talent? Yeah, remember to interact with us through our social media platform, Younib_TV on Instagram, Younib Media TV on Facebook, and there's a number on your screen. You can SMS or WhatsApp 0719 144 144. Now that our viewers have already understood now, we are at a place where we have shared our experiences. We have also shared what our talents are. I want us to take this short break, and when we come back, we'll be speaking about the importance of our talents and mental health. So don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still the Younib Breakfast Show with me, Peninah Wachera, and my able psychologist here, and we're speaking about talents and mental health. So remember, you can always ask your questions through our social media platform, Younib_TV on Instagram, Younib Media TV on Facebook, and there's a number on your screen. You can SMS or WhatsApp 0719 144 144. And if you need any psychological help, our psychologists are there to help you. So you can call the number 0700 352 250 and they will be able to help you out. So before the break, I had asked a question: what is the importance of talent and mental health?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Peninah. I think I'll even just start from here. As we were sharing, you could tell people were really proud of themselves for what they can do. So there's that sense of accomplishment, there's that sense of purpose. For some, I mean, those who've even been able to make it into a career or something, there's that sense of, this is what I'm meant to do. And that internal validation is really important for your mental health. Secondly, these talents, I think from what we've shared, we've not had you, Peninah, but from what we've shared, from Mutembei we had, for Valentine, myself, these are things that we tend to do as hobbies. These are things that you enjoy. And that means that as you're engaging in it, there's this positive feelings that you're getting from it that become an expression out from a stressful day or a stressful environment, or from just when you're feeling like, there's too much happening and you need a break. It becomes one of those things that you can lean into to just be able to catch a break and, find yourself and breathe a little. It also becomes a way of finding community, of making friendships, of engaging with people who have common interests. In that, if, for example, I enjoy swimming, every time I go to the pool, there's someone there to meet and we can just, start talking, and that way I have a friend. When Valentine goes for those zonals, atapatana na watu who share common interests, and that way you build a community, especially for those who are actually looking to pursue your talents as not a side thing, but something that you actually want to do with your life. That way you build community. You go to where the photographers chill and you get to build a network, you get to grow in your skill. And so that just helps to reduce loneliness, which is one of, the leading causes of mental health distress. Yeah.
I hope everyone is following and you're getting to understand the importance of having talents and including mental health in it. Yeah. So I want to understand, Valentine. Can somebody have stress can somebody have stress or anxiety due to their talents?
So thank you so much, Peninah, for that question. It's a very important question because, stress is necessary in as much as talent is part of relieving stress, like the way Beulah said. You might meet with people, the community, they sort of reduce your stress, but at the same time, it can also make you to be anxious. I will use myself as an example. When you're preparing to go and say the shairi, there is a lot that you need to put into that, and then remembering as a human being, you as a person, you have emotions that some of them you don't have control of. So imagine being in a crowd of 100 people. Because I think for me, I was in a crowd of 100 people. I was like, what is happening? So at that time, you start feeling anxious. But with time, the anxiety will tend to go. But now when you notice that it's becoming too extreme, that is when you know that there is a problem here. So stress and anxiety would come. And this is maybe if you've taken talent to be your profession. I'll use an example of the footballers. There is so much stress that comes with practicing, and like the way Mutembei has said, even in photography, maybe the cameras are not working, they might be giving him stress, or the lighting, or maybe even the weather. Those are some of the things that might cause stress to this person who is talented. And even not necessarily, the stress doesn't necessarily have to be like related to them, but other people might also be causing the stress. So stress and anxiety can really come because of you trying to express or showcase your talent to other people. Unless maybe my colleague, maybe they have something to add, they can add.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with what Valentine has said, and I think now there's also the aspect where sometimes there's pressure now from people who have learned this one can do this, and all the pressure comes from you, from fan base, from family, and so it can feel like you have to be perfect all the time, and so the one time that you may maybe miss it kidogo, there might be that feeling of, no, I've failed at the one thing, or the only thing people say about me. And so sometimes you're getting that external validation from people can also become a source of anxiety. Yeah.
But I like that you guys are that there's the positive side of the stress and the anxiety. Yeah, it's there to just like ensure that you're just normal, to show you that you're a normal person, and it depends on the type of talent you're doing. So Mutembei, if this is not positive stress, definitely it's negative stress. So how can we be able to manage it?
Well, I feel like for starters is to know your expectations. I mean, as much as we're saying that your talents are supposed to be an addition to whatever it is that you are, how long or how much are you willing to extend time for that talent? How much are you willing to let that talent or the exposure of that talent impact your life on a personal level? So once you are able to look at your life and be like and decide, okay, this time I'm going to allocate this time for my talent acquisition. I'm going to allocate this time for just to practice on my talents. But at the same time, at the end of the day, in as much as you're doing this maybe as a career, you're doing this as a hobby, you're doing this maybe just to broaden your skill set, what expectations do you have for that? Let's look at an example where, let's say, we have a musician. The musician wants to be the biggest musician of all time. That is an expectations. Let's say in this case, the expectation is to be a really good musician, but they also need to understand that there are so many other people in the world who actually still sing. So akishajua mimi nataka kuwa a good musician, but there's limitations to it. We cannot achieve this success overnight, or we cannot be like the best in the world. Already that's the first step towards making sure that their talent does not come in the way of their mental health. Because if you're able to manage and meet your expectations, then now you find that it becomes a progressive ladder in society. We're make sure the first goal was to maybe release the first song, then the first album, then maybe go do a live concert, and then progressively too, as opposed to somebody who's looking at their talent and then they're like, I want to be the best, and they want to start at the top. So it's all about managing whatever it is, expectations that you've set for yourself.
Okay, awesome. And I hope viewers you're following up, and if you have any questions, remember to use our social media platforms to actually ask the questions there, and we'll be able to answer them here as we continue. Remember, we asked a question on talents. So how did you get to nurture your talent, and what is your talent? Please let us know through our social media platform, Younib_TV on Instagram, Younib Media TV on Facebook, and there's a number on your screen. You can SMS or WhatsApp 0719 144 144. Yeah, for now I want us to take a short break, and we'll be back with more concerning the topic. Welcome back. You're still watching the Younib Breakfast Show here at Younib TV with me, Peninah Wachera. Yeah? And let me quickly sample your comments. There's one person amesema, I discovered my talent for painting during the pandemic. I now take online art classes to improve my skills. Another one says, I'm good at public speaking. I joined a local Toastmasters club to sharpen my confidence and communication. Someone says, cooking has always been my passion. I try new recipes every weekend and share them on my food blog. And I'll sample this as the last one. I'm great at storytelling. I write short stories and participate in writing competition to refine my skills. So thank you so much for your feedback. And as we continue the conversation, I beg to ask the question, yeah? Is there a difference between a skill and a talent?
Interesting. Maybe my colleagues will piggyback me on this, but I feel like the major difference between a skill and a talent is that a talent comes naturally, but a skill is something that you have to put in effort, put in time with, so that you can be able to perfect it. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, no, I'd say the same.
Maybe to add, in as much as talent is natural, you also need some skill to like achieve your talents. So skill, yes, you learn. Like for example, I would use myself. Maybe I'm not good at the guitar, which I'm just not, or the piano, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can learn how to use a piano and use it. But maybe there is somebody who, if they are given, they can play it automatically. But it means that they need some time to keep on playing and playing. And like maybe for me, we'll have to learn from those different letters and all those things. So talent requires nurturing, and skill is what will help you nurture your talent. Yeah.
Awesome. And I hope we are following up. Yeah. So on our previous episodes, we've been speaking about the importance of parents and also teachers. And I think we can't just forget them because they're key people when it comes to students or children's development. Yeah. So why is it important, and how can parents actually and teachers be able to nurture children's talent?
Right. First of all, they are the closest ones to even be able to identify, before the child can articulate, this is my talent. The parents usually have already seen, or the teachers and spotted. And sometimes I think we see it even in family gatherings. Mnagaza alafu naambiwa, mtoto wangu ako na kawimbo, kuja uimbie watu, is how it actually starts,
Yeah.
that the parent has seen, okay, this child has something. When they do this, it wows people, it wows me, it makes a child feel good. So just, it means, first of all, giving them exposure to different things, because that's how you'll discover what is this child good in. So we're exposed, throw them in music, throw them in dance, throw them in drama, throw them in, as many things, in art, in as many things as is available to you, or as you can as a parent. For teachers, create those opportunities within the classes, because that's when you'll be able to identify, okay, when I put a paper and a pen in front of Beulah, bad idea. But, when I ask her to say something, good idea, she does it very well. That's how you're able to identify. And then once you've, given them exposure, number 2 is now give them opportunity. So again, those parents are doing the right thing. They might be scaring the child, but they're doing the right thing, giving them the exposure for kuja tuonyeshe, come sing the song you sang for me last time. And for teachers as well. There's a school that we went to, and I think we also showed it as well, where they had, just one whole day set aside for talents, and the children were given different activities. You work on it for the whole term, and then come and showcase it. So such things where you give the children opportunities to do it. And number 3, I'd also say expose them to people who are doing the same thing that they're interested in, who can be mentors to them. And this is important because if you do that as a parent and as a teacher, at least you've been able to verify the credibility of this person. So rather than mtoto ajitafutie musician fulani mwenye taambiwa mi ndio lyrics zikuje you know, lazima nivute kakitu or something. You see, that way mtoto akijitafutia, it's very easy for them to get lost in so many other things that now even become a danger to their mental health, their life in general. But if as a parent, as a teacher, you're able to guide them to, you know, someone who can work with them and mentor them, at least you're assured that they're in safe hands. Yeah.
And I like that you've said give them positive pressure, pressure that will be able to make them be able to go for their talents, and get to nurture their talents. So, Valentine, kindly tell us what is the impact or the importance of parents and teachers to children's mental health once they help them be able to nurture their talents?
It's a very important question. Parents and teachers need to work together in nurturing the talents of their young ones. And I'm really happy because there is an event I attended, and I was fascinated that there is a school in Kenya that teaches children how to be talented. So there are some parents who are keen to take their children there. You could see the two little kids doing what? Modeling and catwalking, and some are into fashion. It's all about building the confidence of this child. So once I could see that those young children modeling, I was like, I'm really impressed by this, because you could see the level of confidence in those children was very high. The fact that they could stand in a crowd that is full of adults, it really shows something. And I'm sure in that crowd there was even one adult who could not even stand in front of the crowd that was there. But the teachers and the parents, if they work together in boosting and nurturing the talent of these young children, they'll be very motivated individuals in futures, and then they'll be very confident in the fact that if certain things happen in their life, they'll be able to speak about them. If they dislike certain things in their life, they'll be able to speak about certain things that they dislike. But now if you as a parent or as a teacher, you are used to, kama mtoto anaimba unamwambia nyamaza, uko na sauti mbaya, now what will happen to that child? The esteem of this child will really go low. And this can only happen if the parent and the teacher, they don't nurture that, or even they are not positive towards the kind of talent that this child is showcasing. If my mom would have said, you're not going to national, I would not maybe have gone to do the shairis even when I went to high school. That wasn't when I was in primary, because she was able to allow that. And then also I also thank the teachers, because they saw it fit that there should be a club it's called for the Swahili choral. So it's something that was really thoughtful. And I'm saddened by the fact that some schools have nothing. It's just about books and books and books, thinking that if you put these children in that learning environment whereby they need to have books, read each and every time, they will pass. And definitely they will not pass. So children need different things in their life because they are growing. So we didn't fail because we spared some time, even some class time. I remember my high school where I was, because we were doing the chorals, sometimes we would spare some of our class time and go and practice. And at the end of the day, we became victorious. So teachers and parents really need to stress on the talents of the children so that they can become better, confident individuals in the society.
That's awesome. And we are actually told that all work without play makes Jack a dull boy. So it's important actually to help the children be able to nurture themselves, because it's through them having different activities that they can be able to actually concentrate more on the work they do. Sindio? Yeah, so I want us, because of time, to just take some closing remarks from all of you to know what is the takeaway, or what can our viewer really take away home today, even though the whole the whole show maybe amesikia tu talent zetu na ikamfurahisha hadi hapo, but what is the main takeaway? That akipatana na msee nje atamwambia, by the way, you have to nurture your child's talent, you have to also nurture your own talent. Like, I can be able to stand up and nurture somebody else's talent. Tuanze kwako Mutembei.
I would say let your talent be a safe space. In that, let it be the one place that you go to whenever you want to escape the hustle and bustle of your day-to-day life. Let's say you've had a very busy day. Ukifika nyumbani, let the cooking, let the writing, let the kukariri shahiri, let it be that place that you go, so that you feel like you're also like decompressing from your day-to-day activities.
Okay, Beulah.
I'd say try as many things, as many activities as you possibly can, because that's how you find, what you're good at, what you enjoy, what we're here calling talents. And if you're a parent, encourage your child to also try as much as you can expose them to. If I can shamelessly plug, there's a children's club I know that's called Sunflower Kids Club, where they expose children to music, drama, acrobats, dance. So expose them and expose yourself as much as you can.
To parents, I would urge you to support your child's talent, in the sense that don't beat them when they want to be musicians and you want them to be doctors. And even to you yourself, like Beulah said, try as many things so that you can know what your talent is.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for coming and helping us understand about talent. And it's been awesome knowing your talents, by the way. Next time, you'll know mine, I promise. But I know already you know. I enjoy actually what I do right now. So I know that is part of the talents. So at least, msiseme sijawaambia, yeah? Yeah. So thank you so much for taking your time to actually come and speak to us about talents and mental health. And I'm sure that our viewers have been able to enjoy. I'd like to send my words of gratitude to everyone who has made this show a success. Thank you so much to our sound engineer and also our director, Benjamin Simiu. We also have today a lady behind the camera who is Eunice Mutua. Thank you so much. And also today, as our timekeeper, we've been having Susan Nyambura. So asanteni sana for making this show a success. And to you, our viewers, thank you so much for always watching the Uni Breakfast Show. And we hope that you'll be able to share these conversations to people who need. Remember, this show is proudly brought to you by Miss Your Ashen and Younib organization, and we're trying to reach out to the community to teach you on matters mental health. So if you know anybody who needs assistance to their mental health, you can always call the number 0700 352 250, and our able psychologist will be able to help you out. So until next time, do have a beautiful day ahead. Goodbye.